Well, basically rudeness creates stress. Stress creates cortisol, and cortisol basically literally impairs your brain function. And there's lots of evidence from controlled studies. They did a study in Australia. They found that for every 1% increase in bullying, there's a 3% increase in hospital-acquired infections. For clinicians, aggressive clinicians have a higher complication rate, about 12%. Now, people might be technically brilliant at what they do, but that's not all that happens to a patient. So sometimes patients will get things wrong with them, and other staff may be frightened to say some of these complications can potentially be fatal. And a recent study showed that approximately 1 in 300 people who die in hospital are dying because of iatrogenic causes, because of people being distracted or being distressed. Another study recently, 75% of critical or near fatal incidents, someone had been rude to somebody in the previous 4 hours. 75%. That's a huge burden, it's a huge stress, and because when people are stressed, these are the very real impacts of it. It's difficult to see sometimes because all people will see is this critical incident happened, and people will not go back and look and say, why did it happen? But we know that from research, that it's often because people are thrown off their stride because someone's been rude to them and people can't concentrate on what they're doing. On the flip side, when we look at the surgical brief, which was introduced probably about 14 years ago, where we basically just introduced them. I'm Michael, I'm an anaesthetist, I'm Susan, I'm a surgeon, I'm John, I'm a scrub nurse. Surgical mortality went down by 40%. And it happened within 6 or 8 months of it being introduced. I don't think we're operating 40% better. I just think we're not working with strangers, we're highlighting what we're doing, and we're creating a team environment. We're making people feel as if we're all working for the same goal. One particular study, they flashed up words on a computer screen to English graduates, and they found that the group who got positive words went 45% faster, the group who got negative words went 35% slower. Now, this wasn't emails, it wasn't directed at them, it wasn't personal, but it shows the sensitivity simply by minor interactions with people can dramatically change people's performance and their outcome. So there's an abundance of evidence how we treat each other makes a massive impact.